Let's go, man. So, welcome in Paris.
Thank you.
Is it your first time for music?
No.
No.
I was here at the Olympia in May with a band called I Prevail where we fucked that shit up. I was on support, yeah. They are good friends of mine, so I asked them to come out. And,
so how was the Parisian, the French audience?
Good, they look out. They're wearing my t-shirts, they're singing my lyrics. What can I say? I'm happy as fuck.
So they sang with you the last...
I might not be the biggest artist, but people know the fuck what I'm doing, you know? So as long as you connect to your people and they're there for you, you just gotta give them a show.
It's great, you know, when you're... So it was the first time you're playing in Paris?
It was my first time playing in Paris, yeah, for sure.
So the last album was released around 2 months ago.
Yes.
And I'd like to know how do you work, because this is your 10th year in
music.
In music.
I don't know how to measure the years. It's definitely a long time. I'd say in the last 5 years is when people started to give a fuck. You know, people started to listen. I started to work with like bigger artists, bigger tours, bigger radios, awards. You know, the whole fucking shebang that makes an artist. And so I got lucky. So yeah, man, last 5 years, life has definitely changed. I'm still broke as fuck, but it will change soon.
So do you have your own team? How do you write music?
I write all my music and then I bring it to like loads of special places, you know, between my friend Z at my house or near my house, Ollie, who's in my band, some of my friends in Good Charlotte, the rock band, they will help me do some stuff with the music, Billy, Martin especially. So yeah, man, we just get this shit popping, you know?
Great. So it's a team building.
When it comes to bringing the music side of it, which I can't always deliver to the highest I want it to be, so I bring it to people that can deliver it higher than me, you know? When it comes to playing certain parts on the guitar, when it comes to software and synth, you know? So you gotta make sure your identity is all over your music, or it's just got so many different people putting their stamp on it that it's not always yours, you know?
So you recorded this album kind of everywhere?
This album, the one I just did, yeah, I recorded it everywhere, and I fucking hate that. I'm never doing it again. I'm never letting so many people put their hands all over my shit again, because it's just like, there's a lot of music on that album which is not my music. It's just me on other people's music, where I've never done that before. I'm always very centric and focused on how I translate my sound. And you know, my fans or people that they know my sound. So I feel like I neglected a lot of it, and you know, I've been kind of making music recently that has all of the essence of what Kid Bookie is, who I am, what I care about, transgressive, being provocative, saying a whole bunch of shit to piss people off in the best ways, you know. The last album was just a little clean cut, glossy bubblegum fucking happy-go-lucky shit, you know, and that's not me. Even though it's a good album, it's just not me. So I can't wait. I'm very excited to get back to feeling like me, and that's now. That's okay. Fucking now.
Okay. And yeah, you're right. This album is like wide open, yeah. I would say, you know, yeah. It's a range wide open, yeah. From very cool and acoustic guitars to quite metal, you know.
Like I said, it depends what version of me you tap into first, because if someone hears my acoustic ballad first for the first time ever, and they're just like, oh, he's singing his heart out, and then they hear on the next song, it's varied. So you have to kind of I think you have to go through the journey of understanding who I am as an artist and a person to be able to appreciate the musical side, because I'm not one coin. I'm a whole side of a coin. I'm this, I'm that, I'm the other, but it all has one, you know, big group thesis, which is just me, the identity of me, which is sprinkled throughout every part of my music. So yeah, you know, that album's, you can cry to it, you can party to it, you can you can go heavy with it. It's quite eclectic, you know.
This is crossover.
Yeah, it's crossover, very crossover, in all ways possible.
These are your roots when you were a kid in England.
Fuck yeah.
From rap to metal.
Hell fucking yeah. There's no part of me that doesn't get translated in the most authentic way possible. I do not stand here and talk bullshit. I don't stand here and pretend. If anything, if you are doing that, get the fuck out of here. We don't need you in music, you know? But, so, you know, my heart's on my sleeve and everything. Even if I foul or at something I try to do, my heart's in my fucking sleeve. So I ain't got no worries when it comes to being honest to myself.
The topics, songs for the living and songs for the dead, right? Maybe do you know this quote, living is learning how to die, from Socrates.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so what's the, yeah.
I like that, living is learning how to die. Well, yeah, in a way, it's that. It's the songs for the living. It's songs for people that are on earth right now. And it's songs for the dead. Songs that live with you beyond the grave, you know, because they're going to outlive you. Every piece of audio, whether it gets lost in time or whatever, is your legacy in audio form. And it will outlive you. So you have to be very honest in what you say, how you put it out. Because it's going to precede you, and it's going to be what people are going to go back later and learn about you. You have to be very honest with yourself. So, songs for the living, songs for the dead. It's a journey through time. It's a journey from the beginning to the end. It's knowing that from the beginning of track one, you go through the journey, time, life, growing, and to the end, death. It is the end of this era. I'm killing it. It is dead, and I'm excited to springboard from this fucking place. You know.
How do you manage to be in the music industry? It seems at the very beginning
I don't manage. I'm literally on autopilot every day with my head like this, and then I look up sometimes and there's a lot of damage. So I manage because I love it. If I didn't love it, I wouldn't be in it. I'd be helping whales on the fucking coast somewhere in Orlando, you know, but which I probably will do anyway. But you gotta have thick skin to be in this shit, because if you don't have thick skin, you will die. You'll probably be hanging by a noose somewhere on someone's carpet, you know what I mean? Wrapped up in a fucking body bag, so gotta be careful.
Body Bag, it's a Beartooth song. You know this?
Body Bag by
Beartooth.
Beartooth.
You know this band?
Shout out Caleb. Yeah, Caleb's he's a friend of mine.
I interviewed this guy several times.
Oh yeah?
Always.
Next time you see him, tell him Kid Bookie said hello.
Great. And last time he was in Paris, it was fantastic.
Oh hell yeah.
So I really have the impression listening to this album, it's really a therapy. It's like a cathartic stuff.
Yes, it is. I call it a museum of pain, because all it does is help me reflect on the moments in my life that are no longer serving me, and you know, every album is a reflection of a part of your life and that time in your life. So that time in my life, I don't really enjoy it. So it's weird that the album can part of that. And I'm so, you know, everyone wants to push the album, but I'm being honest with you, man. Like, the music I have just made shits on everything I've ever done, because it's back to me. I'm with me and my one producer and one of my friends. It's just me. It's sprinkled my identity. The music is 10 times better. It's heavier. It's moodier. It's angrier. It's potent. It's transgressive. The lyrics are mean. I'm going at motherfuckers' necks. So I love it. I'm happy. I'm very happy to kind of kill off this era that's done me, served me well, but it's, you know, it's kind of, like I said, it's a haunting memory museum of pain. I don't want to think about it all the time.
So yeah, you wrote Nothing to Believe In, which is really strong, you know?
Yes.
And now it seems that you can see the light.
That song can go fuck itself as well. I don't give a fuck about believing in anything, so I don't want to believe in that. That song was written with someone called Mikey Demus from Skindred. I don't think I'll ever do that type of song again, because it's a good song, but it's not. It's just me jumping on someone else's sound. So I'm glad that people get to enjoy certain songs from this project that I'm probably never going to listen to again. But it's rare, and all I can keep saying is, Juice, listen to my new shit that I wrote soon. It's fucking big.
You're talking also about AI. You know, you love this song or still?
I love AI. Yeah.
you talk about Terminator.
Yeah.
And I saw the movie again 2 days ago. You know.
Oh, for real?
The first one.
Yeah.
And you know, it's something terrific about AI. You know, it's our future, but when you see the movies, it's already here.
It's in its infant stages, and I think, like I said, any infant absorbs information, and that infant can grow up to be whatever it can be based on the information is absorbed. Put that in the perspective of AI. You know, what are you feeding this organism that's growing with human intelligence beyond human intelligence, because it's a computer? It's being fed things. So I don't know what it is. I think we need progression in technology, but we also need to recognize what you need to keep away from the idea of technology. You know, technology is supposed to aid art. It's not supposed to be art. And technology is art in a degree, of course, but you know, once you take away the human essence of art, it's no longer magic. It's created. It's not special. You know, like the human mind is special. When you think of people that have when you look at the history of humanity and you look around us and what's been built by the human mind, you know, that's more special. Like I said, you aid the human mind. You don't become the human mind via tools. It's so, you know what I mean? It's varied. I've got so many things in it, but either way, go fuck yourself, AI.
What about social media? You're talking about
fuck social media too. Fuck all of that. It's completely rewired our brains to be dopamine addicts, that if you don't get dopamine, you become some sort of sad, depressed wreck. I think it's a dangerous cesspit for people that are yearning for validation from strangers and friends alike, and they misconstrue the idea of anything because we don't actually know sometimes what, you know, like what someone thinks of us, because we're so in our heads that if someone didn't like a post, we might think they didn't like us. You might not even see it. Social media is a cesspit for positivity when it's used for it, but I think it's rewired a generation beyond and above to, you know, completely rewire the way we connect and have our senses and neurons firing off, you know?
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
It's, yeah, pretty depressive, I would say.
Pretty depressing. But like I said, there's positives in everything. You just kind of, we all got to lead to those positives, rather than sometimes, you know, we're all trying to be number one, but people think there's only one number one. Everyone can be number one for however long they want to be it. Don't worry about things. You just got to keep going. Humans are fickle, and the minute they like something and everyone likes it, all of a sudden you realize that you'll be fine. So just keep going. Use social media as the tool it's supposed to be. Don't validate yourself from it because things, and even if you get the popping shit, it's only a moment, you know?
Yeah. So what's the most positive in your life today? It's stage, music,
oh,
in
yeah,
front of
music,
people?
You know, being happy in music, being transgressive in music, being provocative, not moving with fear. I'm a very fearless person in music. I think it's important to practice rebellion here. This is rock music, and it's a place where we change the world from here. We have anarchy, we have maverick behavior. We are not scared to express. We are not scared to rock the boat of what people think is normal. We're not scared of saying things in a way that's going to make people uncomfortable, because that's what music and art is for. It's transgressive. And I think it's important to embody that if you are an artist today, because a lot of artists lack that. Everyone's too scared. Everyone is worried. They're on the fence of what they got to say, how they got to be, saying the wrong thing just in case a mob of people cancel them. Fuck you all. Fuck you all. You don't control me. You don't even control, unless I'm actually saying some crazy shit that is offending the world and it's bad or some shit like that, then yeah, hold me accountable. None of you got the fucking jurisdiction to mob me down and chase me. Yo, fuck all, each one of you up. Big fist, bang. You know, say shit. Rock the boat, make people scared, make people challenge their own thinking, and that's what we're here for. I don't give a fuck about people getting cancelled. I don't give a fuck about people not even liking the words I've said, because it's important. This is your job and duty as an artist, is to be the most transgressive version of yourself, to make people think beyond the realms they're already thinking, you know?
Who are the most transgressive artists that you know?
Oh, Eminem, Slipknot, Doja Cat, System of a Down, you know, even Bring Me the Horizon to a sense, you know, they're like, you know, but when we're taking it to like that level of transgressive nature, you know, think of Eminem, Think of what he stood for. Even though he said extremely violent, provocative things towards groups of people that he actually fucks with, he just exercised a free speech in a way which completely fucked the world on his head, man. And I find some sort of special power in that, you know, like not necessarily having to go after the same groups he said, because I don't really feel those types of ways, or I don't always think about randomly going against a gay man for no reason, you know what I mean, in my bars. But like, it's kind of taking that prowess of, you know, I'm gonna be smart, and I kind of like that. Like I said, music's provocative, and if you're provocative and you stand on the hills you're gonna die on for the sake of music, that's what we're here for. Sometimes you might have to take bullets and arrows in the back just to get your points across, but it creates a better place for music. This is a place where art can revel, and we revel within art. We are art, so you just got to keep pushing this boat out as far as possible. It gets harder and harder because people are scared, but as long as you're around fearless people, you won't be scared, you know?
Is transgressive should have a link with politics?
Politics is always going to be part of a transgressiveness in music. I think,
especially in UK, maybe, no?
In UK, but I think it depends on what types of politics you're also trying to engage with. I think some people use politics as a platform for their music to get bigger. I don't think they even necessarily care about the shit they're always talking about, even if it's a little bit, because you go home, you know, people saying free Palestine here, that and the other, but they're at McDonald's having a McFlurry and drinking Coke. If you really give a fuck, you'll be boycotting everything, right? And I'm not saying that everyone has to be perfect, but I'm saying that don't pander to things to get a leg up that are not real to you, and they are only serving your musical purpose and the numbers you can do. You know, that's inauthentic, that's fake. And half the time the shit that I be doing that's political or for a good cause, no one even knows. I don't share it, I ain't got to talk about it. If someone asks me about it, I'll fucking tell them. But this is not what I'm here for, to get brownie points and patted on the back and like, look at you, he's a good boy. Fuck you, you know? I'm happy to be hated, man. You know what I'm saying?
Good to be hated.
I'm happy to be hated. I don't want too many friends. Too many friends are not real. You need more enemies. If you've got too many friends, you need to seek some enemies, because they will turn into your friends. Your friends will turn into their enemies because they will hate you, but your enemies will love you. So make a lot more enemies.
You were talking about Slipknot,
yes.
And you wrote, so you sang on the Colorator or album?
Yes, I did.
And he sang on your...
Yeah, we have lots of songs together. Yeah, his family. He's my brother. I love him. I love him. I've said this for 6 years. He's my big brother. I don't have big brothers in my life, and I have one of my favorite artists as that type of brother figure. He's helped me in ways that no one could probably even imagine, and still does to this day. He's one of my best friends. He's one of my, you know, he is my brother throughout the sharing of a womb, and I'm so proud of him. I'm proud of everything he's created. I'm proud of the life he's kept, and I'm proud of him for just being a beacon of hope for people like me that was able to gravitate to it at the time and have that hand put forward, you know? So I'm very proud of that. Big up Corey Taylor, you fucking legend.
How did you know him?
I just tweeted him and said, we need to be friends before we both die. And
Really?
he said, let's do it. And that was it. And now my existence in the music industry is prominent because of a chance of me just saying we should make some shit before we die. So clearly it must have been a very strong message that got through to him, you know? Because I'm sure hundreds of artists would have want the same thing at that day. So I'm very lucky it was me.
Yeah. Will you collaborate more with him?
Oh yeah, I literally messaged him the other day to jump on my new music for next year. So could be some new shit coming.
Would you tour with Slipknot?
Of course I would. Who the fuck is gonna say no? So hurry up, Corey and Clown and everyone else, and fucking put me on that shit so I can make your crowd ecstatic before you.
Will you tour in the, I think not this year, but next year?
Yes. This is going to be out soon. I actually am announcing my headline tour tomorrow, Wednesday the 27th of November at 10 a.m. UK time. So yeah, you heard it here, folks. When it's out after, and it's going on my UK headline tour. 2 weeks on the road, bitches. Fucking suck it.
And fuck UK, and we need you in France.
Nah, fuck you. Nah, fuck everybody. Not just UK. I'm an advocate for fuck everyone. It's on my skin. Fuck them. And you know what? Fuck you.
Fuck you. Yeah, it seems that it's your best word.
My favourite.
Will you tour outside UK? Or
Yeah, I love touring outside the UK. I can't put dates on it right now, but I will be back. And Olympia, you better embrace me with open arms, you bitches, because I will be there smashing it up again.
This is a great venue.
I love Olympia. When we finished the show at Olympia, one of the people who works there or promotes something came up to us and said this has probably been one of the best shows we've ever had at the Olympia. So I hold that in my head very high, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.